I don't know what exactly happened, but I went like this, and then she dragged me by my hair on the ground.
They used to be, like, best friends. They grew up together, shared all their little secrets, laughed until they literally had tears rolling down their faces. And in this world where friendship is supposed to be, the safest place, no one ever thinks that right there, that's where death could actually begin. That evening, Halia was just standing outside the convenience store, waiting. And Brianna walked out of it with thoughts that, were already past the point of no return. One word, one single move, one knife. And the friendship that once saved them from pain became the reason for the final blow. Silence, distant sirens in the background. By the time the police arrived, it was already over. And the girl who, just a few minutes earlier, had been arguing, was now lying there, bleeding out.
Did anyone see what he got stabbed with? He's asking. What did he get stabbed with? Yes. You don't know? They don't know.
Hey guys, what's up? Detective Daniel here. Before we dive into this case, I'm gonna ask you real quick, hit that subscribe button and give this video a like. It seriously helps me bring you even bigger, more intense stories. And while you're watching, drop a comment where you're watching from and what the weather's like outside your window right now. I genuinely want to know what's the vibe where you are while you're listening to this story. Okay, let's get into it. This story unfolded in Columbus, the capital of the state of Ohio, a city that at first glance seems totally calm, like the kind of place where life just moves steadily without any sudden shifts. It's your classic Midwestern American city, wide streets, neat grid layout, two-story houses with flags waving right on the front porch. People say hi to each other in parking lots, and in the evenings, they'll sit outside on their porches, sipping coffee or iced tea, chatting about the local football team. The population is over 900,000 people. There are students, families, young professionals, and even veterans who came back from service looking for peace and quiet. Most people in Columbus value stability, hard work, and simple joys. They cheer for their hometown team, go to church on Sundays, and try to get home on time because here, family evenings matter way more than whatever's on the news. People often call Columbus a city of contrasts. During the day, it feels full of opportunity, streets packed with students carrying backpacks, rushing to lectures at Ohio State University, which is one of the largest universities in the entire country. The city literally breathes youth, ambition, and future plans. But when the sun goes down, Columbus changes. Quiet residential neighborhoods with perfectly groomed lawns give way to bar noise, college parties, voices raised just a little too loud, and in the places where everything seemed ordinary just an hour earlier, suddenly, the atmosphere shifts. It becomes impulsive, unpredictable. Arguments in store parking lots heat up, and small disagreements can turn into serious trouble. A patrol car might drive by and not even notice how the tension is building. Culturally, this city is a mix of small-town simplicity, sports pride, and the fiery spirit of a bigger city where emotions often speak louder than logic. People here love to win on the field, in business, in debates, but that same passion that drives success, a decision made in a split second, with consequences that last a lifetime. Columbus is not the most dangerous place in America, but it's also not somewhere you can feel completely safe. In 2023, there were over 150 homicide cases. Most of them weren't carefully planned crimes, but bursts of conflict. Arguments in parking lots, bar fights, sudden attacks driven by jealousy, anger, or fear. And it was in one of those completely ordinary moments when nobody saw tragedy coming that the story we're about to discuss was born. A story about a girl who hadn't even finished high school yet. A friendship that should have been a source of strength but instead became a fatal mistake. The story of Halia Culbertson. Okay, so before we move on, let's get to know her a little better. Halia Culbertson was one of those people who just made others feel lighter, you know? She was only 17 that age when life still feels endless and the future seems far away. But, full of hope. She grew up in a warm, caring family. The kind of home where it was always loud, not from trouble, but from laughter, conversations, or just the everyday background noise of life. Her family often said she had this rare ability to see the good in people. Her grandmother once said, "We loved her with all our hearts, and we will never forget her." Those words didn't sound like just a memory, they felt like a quiet vow. She was open, full of life, one of those people who makes friends easily but not in a shallow way. Halia actually listened. Her friends would say, "You just wanted to be around her," because she was like a little beam of light. At school, they described her as the girl who would walk into class, and suddenly the day just felt a little more alive. Not because she made big gestures or spoke loudly, it was simply her presence. She knew tons of people, but only had a handful of truly close friends. To her, friendship wasn't about going to parties together, it was about being there for one another. That made her trusting. And maybe, just maybe, that was one of the reasons this tragedy happened. Because Halia was used to believing in people. Her life revolved around ordinary teenage things. School, social media, meeting friends, making little plans for summer break. She cared about people, loved capturing moments in photos, enjoyed evening walks, and had this habit of helping those who were going through something difficult. It was one of the things people valued in her most. Her grandfather once said, "To Halia, every new person was potentially a new best friend." And maybe that's why she always tried to hold on to relationships, even when they started to fall apart. Not confrontation, but conversation. That wasn't weakness. It was her belief that anything could be resolved if you just talk it through. She wasn't someone who took risks. She didn't look for conflict. She wasn't a rebel. And even when arguments did come up, she tried to calm things down. Her loved ones were never worried when she went out at night. They believed Halia isn't the type to get into trouble. But life doesn't always unfold the way we picture it. And sometimes, in the moment you expect it least, the person you once trusted becomes the one you can no longer escape from. Brianna Barazzini was a year older than Halia. She had just turned 18. She didn't seem like someone who went looking for trouble. Actually, quite the opposite. People liked talking to her. She could be engaging. She knew how to make an impression. Among her peers, she had the reputation of someone who loved being in the spotlight, but not in a hostile way. More like emotionally intense. Her friendship with Halia started a long time ago. They spent a lot of time together, texting late at night, sharing personal stuff, hanging out after school. To everyone around them, they looked like two people who would always have each other's back. But over time, something started to change. Nobody really remembers how it all began. They say it started with something small, maybe a misunderstanding, maybe jealousy, maybe a third person got involved. Teenage friendships can be incredibly deep, but also incredibly fragile. One wrong sentence, one moment, and everything that's been building up for years can suddenly start to crack. At first, they just started talking less. Then, they stopped replying to each other's messages. There were a few attempts to reconnect, but every time it felt like, it just wasn't the same anymore. You could sense it, there was this chill, distance, and from both sides, it was pretty clear. The hurt didn't go away. It was just waiting for the right moment to show itself. There wasn't some big, dramatic fight. No clear moment when one of them said, "We're not friends anymore." Their friendship didn't break, it slowly faded, like a photograph bleaching out in the sun. Time went by. They went on with their own lives, but the tension, silent, unspoken, stayed. And when they randomly crossed paths at school or out on the street, there was no more easy, "Hey, how are you?" It was just silence, maybe a quick nod. Some friends even noticed how they'd learned to look past each other, as if neither existed. But sometimes, there are days when old emotions come back out of nowhere. A random encounter, words you didn't mean to say. That exact moment when everything unresolved finally crawls back to the surface. That's exactly what happened that evening. Inside an ordinary convenience store, just a normal night. Nothing hinting at trouble, two former best friends came face to face. A situation that should have ended with a simple "hi" and "take care" somehow turned into a conversation. Only, it wasn't really about what was happening now. It was about everything they'd never said before. And the conversation that started with just a few words slowly turned into an argument. The evening was nothing special, typical for the outskirts of Columbus. Cool air, dim streetlights stretching long shadows across the pavement, people heading home, someone grabbing an energy drink or a pack of cigarettes, someone else waiting for their Uber. Nothing anyone would remember. Inside that small store, the kind where teens often stop before a walk or after a party, two people ended up there at the same time. Halia, 17 years old, a girl who never liked conflict, and Brianna, the one she used to share secrets with. First a quick glance, a casual "you," then silence. A silence that actually said more than any words could. One of the store employees would later remember that they began speaking calmly at first. But then the tone shifted. It got sharper. Two girls who just a couple years earlier laughed together about silly things were now standing face to face, and every word sounded harsher than it should have. The cashier asked them to calm down, then suggested they take it outside. Halia walked out first. She wasn't rushing, but she wasn't exactly strolling either. She stopped by the entrance, almost as if she believed the conversation wasn't over, that she couldn't just turn around and walk away, that if it already started, she had to finish it. When Brianna stepped outside, the whole atmosphere changed. The overhead light flickered. The night felt a little colder. Mist from their breath on the pavement. Two people nearby, not intervening, just watching. Their words got sharper, their gestures more intense. Halia took one step forward. Brianna stepped back. Somebody thought they were about to walk away from each other. Somebody else thought, no, this is exactly what's been building up. It was that moment when things could still have ended as just a heated conversation. All someone had to do was step away. Just walk to the car, call someone, take a deep breath. But that didn't happen. The first witnesses, two teenage boys, noticed that emotions were spiraling out of control. One of them even took a few steps toward the girls, like he was going to step in, but hesitated, not really understanding what was going on. And right then, somewhere in the distance, the first sirens began to sound.
I know. Stay back, all right? Hey, you gotta let them do their work, okay? Oh my God! Come on, guys, let's get back. Hey, back up. Come on, I understand. Let's get back. Did anyone see what he got stabbed with? He's asking. What did he get stabbed with?
Yes.
You don't know? They don't know. Hey, man, just let him work.
Bro.
Yeah, see, just let him work, man. Just let him work.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That they were supposed to be fighting. I didn't see no knife get pulled or nothing. They saying no, she bleeding out her neck.
What's his name? You know his name? Halia Blue. Halia Blue.
That's all I know. Halia. Where's my little...
Did anyone see it? The girl did? She's the only one? She's our only witness? Okay.
Where y'all going? Where y'all going? I'm on my way. Let's go.
Where are they calling Riverside?
Go, trauma.
14.
So the police and paramedics rush to the scene and find 17-year-old Halia Culbertson with what appears to be a knife wound to her neck. They transport her to the hospital immediately, no hesitation, while officers stay behind to talk to the witnesses. Let's hear what they have to say.
Man, I'm standing right there.
You were standing right there? All right. Is that from that's him? Okay. All right, come on. You got any ID on you, bud?
I do in my wallet, but I can give you my name, my birthday, and my social real quick.
Where's your wallet at?
In my mom's.
All right. Let's go ahead and have a seat right here.
My sister.
Is your sister that got cut?
No, she's not blood related, but I've known her since she was 12. Bro.
Okay, so a good friend of yours?
Yeah,
all right.
man.
So what, did you see what happened? You see
Man, I
what
got that on video, man. I don't even know where the fuck she got stabbed at, bro. Slow down, bro. It was beef in the side of the square.
Get it over with, bro. Country, get it over with, Halia. Yeah, country, Halia. Country, Halia. Country, Halia.
She got stabbed right there. Saw all the blood come out, bro.
The girl in the orange is the one
The
that got
girl in
cut?
the orange is the one who got cut. Take that
Okay.
phone away from me,
All right.
bro.
Yeah, here, let me have your phone. All right, here, I gotta have you sit right here, man. Hey. I need you to just hang out in here, okay?
Oh yeah, you heard that right. One of the witnesses says he actually recorded the whole fight on video, and just a moment later, another officer arrives at the scene ready to take a closer look at what really
I
happened.
didn't watch the whole video. I just saw the altercation. Okay. And then something happened. I had to put him in the car. And I don't remember what it was, but yeah, it's good video. He's standing maybe 10 feet from him, recording full HD with his iPhone.
People do it. These cameras are insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have that phone secured by chance.
Oh yeah.
Airplane mode and all that good stuff.
No, not everything.
I would put it on airplane mode just so I don't think it's going to happen because they're being cooperative, but that way there's no risk of somebody remote accessing it.
Flashlight.
You unlock that for me?
You mind if I watch it real quick, buddy? Does it show the car on there at all?
Actually, might. Hold on, come here.
Just start it from me.
Am I allowed to come out?
Yeah, you're staying right there, bro.
Hey, get off my sister, bro.
Remember, hold it.
Yep, go ahead.
Get off my sister.
Halia's the one in the
My sister,
orange.
I'm gonna have to put my phone down, bro. Halia, country, get it over with, bro. Country, get it over with, Halia.
Who's Halia to you?
Halia, my little, she's like my sister. I've known her,
Halia, country, Halia.
but you could tell she started bleeding before in the entire fight.
You better get your girl before she get f***ed up even more. We just
So it doesn't have.
Okay, so I saved it down there. You could tell that button down there saved. I might.
Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna put your phone on airplane mode, buddy.
Yes, sir. You do
And
what
then
you
I'm
need
gonna
to
sit
do.
right on the dash, like right where it was.
Yes, sir. You do what you need to do, man.
All right, thank you.
After watching the video, investigators moved on to question the next witness.
Fight, go ahead.
They got into a fight, and as Halia walked to the front door of the Jeep, I saw she had a gash on her. She got in the car, and she goes, "I'm getting nauseous." I hopped out the car. I called 911 because I didn't see the fight. I was sitting in the Jeep looking away because I can't be Brie. I can't be part of
So
that
you
family.
didn't see the actual fight?
No, but I know who Brie Berrezzini is. I know her mother, and I know her address.
Okay, okay. All right, hang out for me, okay?
Okay.
Several witnesses identified the suspected attacker as 20-year-old Brianna Berrezzini, believed to be the one who used the knife. But at that moment, she was nowhere to be found at the scene.
There's a day you can see their faces on video. If I would have known my sister was gonna get stabbed between a fight, like I know it's bad to say, I know,
So Bree was fighting with...
Bree and Halia were supposed to be fighting while they were in the Columbus
Was this
Square.
like a planned thing or what?
No, it was random as she came in while we came in. Like, it was random as
In
she
the
just
smoke
happened-
shop?
Yeah, in the smoke shop right there.
Okay.
It just
And then
happened to come in, and they started going at it in the store, and Bree called Halia a cokehead.
Okay.
Halia's a sober, like she's a recovering addict. So she took that into great offense. You know, I don't know if you've met any recovering addicts, but like me personally, I'm one.
Who was an addict? I'm sorry.
Halia was an
okay.
addict. So, and she called Halia out on being
A cokehead.
yeah. So like Halia got mad, and Halia was waiting outside, and they were supposed to just fight. It was supposed to just be a fight. I was there. I was supposed to be like in between it. I didn't even see a knife get pulled.
Okay.
Like, I'm not sure if it was a knife or if she had a ring on her finger and just got her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
because the knife got pulled out and it was on the ground and I saw it.
What kind of knife was it?
It looked like a switchblade, like a butterfly knife type of knife. But I'm not entirely sure.
Okay.
Like, if I'm going to be honest with you. But she didn't have time to pull it out because Halia, like, I'm not going to lie, that's my little sister, but she smacked the out of her first. Like, you can see it on the video.
Right.
Halia smacked her. All you saw from that was hands on hands. There was no like digging into pockets and pulling out and going like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
There was none of that, because if I would have seen that, I would have already been in there and y'all would have been called sooner. We didn't know she was bleeding out till she got it back. She crunched Bree in the face. Bree was on the ground and she walked away. Halia walked away, got in the Jeep ready to drive.
Right.
And she was sitting there and comes over to me and goes, she's spitting blood out of her chest. And I come over and I just see, like, right in this area on the right or left side of her chest, shooting blood. My first reaction is take my shirt off, put it on top, put pressure on it.
Okay.
I've had my brothers die in my arms because they got shot and I didn't put pressure on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't put pressure fast enough. So like,
That's rough. That's rough, brother. That's rough.
man, just please save my sister, bro.
Despite every effort to save her, Halia Culbertson later died from her injuries. The officers stayed on scene, continuing to piece everything together, trying to reconstruct what most likely happened that night while waiting for the detectives to arrive.
Anything or no?
No, this was two girls, two friends, and the video is unbelievable.
Where's the video?
On his cell phone. It's his sister, not biological sister, one of his best friends.
That went to the hospital. She was transported. Okay.
So they're all standing out here arguing, and he's sitting there, your typical street fight video. And everyone's like, punch her, blah, blah, blah. And he's standing from me to you away, videotaping it. And all of a sudden they start swinging at each other. Well, one girl, suspect, had something in her hand and got her right in the throat. But yeah, his video is perfect.
Without wasting any time, 2 officers got into the patrol car and headed straight to the address they'd been given. Their route took them through the quiet nighttime suburbs, past dimly lit streets, almost empty sidewalks, and front yards illuminated only by the occasional street lamp. Inside the car, the silence was tense. No one said a word, but the looks they exchanged said enough. As the patrol vehicle approached the house, the body cam started rolling again, capturing every moment. Because what was about to happen next was a conversation that could finally shed light on what really went down that evening.
Anything sharp on you? Anything I need to know about?
Just my views in my pocket.
Just what?
My views in my
Okay.
pocket.
I'm gonna need to hold your view. Okay? And like I said, when you get this back, you'll have this back too, okay? Alright, come on this way. Open there for me.
Radio to car 60. I'm going to need you to start to 231 Pen Oak Court.
Next, the girl was taken to the interrogation room, and trust me, there were a lot of questions waiting for her.
So, just kind of, I guess, start from just where you were at earlier tonight, who you were with, kind of what you were doing, sort of stuff.
Okay, well, me and my friend left my house, I would say around like 8:45, and we were hanging out all night. And
He come pick you up?
And we went to the carryout at the square.
So they were 161?
To get drinks and stuff.
Why did you guys choose that one? That's not real close to Westerville.
We always go there. That's just the spot we've gone for years. And we walk in, and I'm grabbing my drinks and stuff, and I hear 2 girls' voices, the ones that don't like me. And I ignore it. I'm on the phone with my brother. I have my brother on the phone and beside me. We grab our drinks and walk up to check out, and they see me, and they just start running their mouth. Them.
Who were the girls?
It was Halia Culbertson, and I don't know who the dude was, but he was definitely the loudest. But they just kept instigating, trying to get me to fight them, and I was like, you're not worth it. You're not worth it, I'm done, I'm not doing it. And even the guy working had told them to get out. And then they said they were going to wait for me outside.
What does this all stem from? Like, what's the animosity?
Halia used to be a really good friend of mine. And then I found out a lot that she's just a really bad person. So I stopped being friends with her, and my friend stopped talking to her. And then after that, she pretty much just went crazy, like saying she was going to kill us and slash his tires and do all these things, and like she does to most people. There's a few people out there that she's done that to.
Slash your tires and that?
I don't know specifically if she has actually slashed someone's tires, but she threatens a lot of people to kill them. And so the guy working at the smoke shop, we were checking out, he checked us out, and then he was like, wait, I'm going to make sure they leave. So he walks out, and it looks like he's just standing there. So I think he told them to leave, and then when we walk out, they were by a Jeep. I think it was a silver Jeep. and they're screaming at me, and then the dude tells Halia to run up on me, and she's walking up, and I keep telling her, I'm not fighting you, back up. I said, you're not worth it. I keep telling her to back up, and I get my knife out in my hand, and I'm holding it, I said, back up, and she attacks me. She first slapped me. She was pushing me. Well, before that, Yad was trying to like push her away from me, but the other guy said was yelling at him not to touch her or else he was going to do something to him. And I just kept backing up, and then she just attacked me, and I don't know what exactly happened, but I went like this, and then she dragged me by my hair on the ground, and like there was just blood in my eyes. I couldn't see anything, but I don't think I hit her or anything, because I was on the ground getting blood out of my eyes. I had no idea what was going on. I was just in shock at that point.
Do you hear what she just said? Brianna tells the detectives that she and Halia used to be really close friends, like genuinely good friends, before the incident that changed everything. Let's keep going.
Well, you think it was
They
just
were
Halia?
like, I don't know. She was really amped up, and I have no idea why. With me even saying, I'm not fighting you, I'm not fighting you, she was just amped up, and they were instigating.
So then, before any blows, like any hitting or anything like that, you pull the knife out and hold it to your side, right?
Yeah,
That's
I was
what you
backing
said.
up away from her.
Was it open or shut?
Open.
Okay. Is it a knife you have to? We haven't seen the knife. Is it a knife you it has a sheath, or is it like a pocket knife, or?
It's like a pocket knife.
It's like folds.
Okay. So then, once you pulled it out, you open it up immediately.
No, it wasn't immediate.
Okay.
But I had it there, and then when she kept getting closer, that's when I opened it.
Okay.
Do you remember swinging the knife at her?
Not really.
You
It all happened like really fast.
Yeah. Now, do you remember? Did you swing the knife at her as you were backing up or going forward?
I think I was backing up because I was trying to I think I was putting space in between us by doing that.
It all happened pretty quick.
Yeah.
She admits she was holding the knife, but claims she doesn't remember actually stabbing the victim. And that's exactly the moment when the detectives start raising questions, because missing memories usually mean missing evidence. Let's continue.
Last time I saw Halia at the smoke shop, I was with her, and that was probably 4 or 5 months ago, maybe, or whatever October was. I think that's when we stopped being friends, was in October or September. And then I've never seen her before. I heard she went there, but I never saw her.
It's kind of like a hangout type place.
No, I don't usually hang out there. I don't know. They were there for a while, I think, because they were just standing there talking when we walked in. Yeah, we just went in to get drinks, and because we were about to head back to my house.
And then afterwards, what all happened with you?
I called my mom on the way home. Well, my brother was on the phone, so he was already in his truck. He was going to head to me because he was worried. And I told him just to head home because I was going to head home. I called my mom, told her what happened. I got home and explained it better to them. And I showered. And I just was in my room.
What did you do with the clothes and the knife?
The clothes, I threw them on the ground. I think my brother put them downstairs in the laundry room. And the knife, I don't remember who I handed it to. I just wanted it all away from me, so.
You don't know what happened to all this stuff?
Yeah, I don't know where they put it or anything.
But you took it into the house.
So during the fight, or when she was hitting you, what happened with the knife during that time?
It had dropped on the ground.
Okay.
And it was no longer in my hand.
Okay. And then did you pick the knife up after they went
When
back to
she
the
finally
car?
let go of me. I think I left the stuff on the ground.
Oh, the stuff from the store.
Did you know she had been cut at that point?
I didn't know if it was me or her, because they were yelling, saying that, they were laughing, saying that she made me bleed, so I was like, maybe there's a cut on me. But then I was looking all over myself. When we got in the car, I was like, I don't think it's me. Because she was just kept hitting. I couldn't see anything because my hair was just everywhere.
Hair was in your face and all that. But then you realized that if it wasn't you, it had to have been her. Once you were in the car.
Yeah, because as soon as we got in the car, we left. We didn't
Drove
want
out there, yeah.
Wanted no part of it anymore.
Did you call the police at all?
No, I didn't know what to do. I thought police would come to my house, like, fast. And then when they didn't, I just went to bed.
Later, detectives said they had supposedly found the knife in Brianna's basement along with the shoes she was wearing that night. And then, they broke the news to her. It wasn't just an update. It was the moment when she finally had to face what happened. Let's see how she reacts.
Just so that you know, Talia was taken to the hospital, and that's where she died. She didn't survive her injuries. So with all the people that we interviewed and the video that we recovered, we're charging you with murder.
No sort of self-defense or anything?
Essentially, it'll be up to the prosecutor's office. We'll present the case to them, and then if they decided that they want us to present to the grand jury, we'll present to the grand jury. If you get indicted for it, then it'll go to trial, it'll go to court, and then you'll be able to present a self-defense claim at that point. Does that make sense? Do you have any questions for me at this time? Do you want me to call your mom right now, or do you want to call her? You'll get a call when you get to the county jail.
I'm not going home?
No, you're going to jail. Because we're charging you with the murder.
Brianna was officially charged with murder even before officers arrived to take her to the county jail.
You stand up for me? Face the wall. Put your palms together like this. There you go. Lift your hands off your back a little bit.
Can't get anywhere else. I'm not going to second.
That's the problem. I'm not going third.
So we're gonna run downstairs, get your picture taken, and then head down to Jackson Pike, okay? We're going to the right.
After the interrogation was over, once investigators had gathered enough preliminary testimony and captured her reaction to what happened that night, the suspect was officially taken into custody. From that moment on, she was no longer just involved in the case. Her status shifted to a person formally charged with a crime. She spent the night in a holding cell. Then days passed, weeks, and those weeks slowly turned into long months of waiting. During that time, her attorneys were working on a defense strategy. The victim's family was trying to understand how something like this could even happen, and the prosecutors, they were focused on making sure every single detail from that night was backed by solid legal evidence. By then, all the material evidence, video recordings, witness statements, forensic reports had come together to form a full picture of the incident. So when the case finally reached the courtroom, the whole atmosphere felt completely different. There was no more room for speculation. Every word, every movement was about to become part of an official record, one that would define the rest of her life.
Stand up for me, please. So I have in the computer a 3-page entry of guilty plea form. The document looks like you signed it and your lawyer signed it. Did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. In signing it, you're telling me you want to admit to a felony 3 crime called involuntary manslaughter. When you plead guilty, it is a complete admission you're guilty. You're going to be convicted today and you're going to be sentenced on July the 11th. It'll be on your record. It's a non-expungible offense. It carries up to 3 years in prison and a fine of up to $10,000. Do you understand the nature of the charge to which you're pleading guilty and what the maximum penalties are?
After the words guilty were spoken in court, the entire atmosphere shifted. There were no more arguments, no more questioning. Everything that needed to be said had already been said. She quietly spoke the phrase that closed the legal chapter of this story but didn't come close to ending the pain. I plead guilty. The judge paused for a moment, looking at the defendant. Then, after turning a page of the court documents, she delivered the sentence, 3 years of incarceration, the maximum allowed under the plea agreement. No applause, no shouts. For some, it was simply the law being followed. For others, far too soft. For Halia's parents, it felt like justice being delivered not as resolution, but as formality. 3 years, for the life of a 17-year-old girl. Brianna will serve her time in a women's correctional facility, under supervision, with no possibility of early release, at least for the first years. After that, she will be placed under probation supervision and forbidden from contacting the victim's family. Her name will remain in the legal records forever, just like it will remain forever in the memories of those who knew Halia. The funeral was held quietly, no cameras, no media. In a small church that once hosted calm Sunday services, people gathered not to greet one another, but to say goodbye. Friends, classmates, neighbors, even people whose day Halia once simply brightened with a smile. During the ceremony, on the photo displayed, she was smiling gently, honestly, exactly the way everyone remembered her. As the coffin was lowered into the ground, her grandmother said, "We won't forgive, but we will remember." And those words just hung there. No one knew what to say in response. Some stood silently, heads bowed. Others cried openly. In moments like that, there is no right reaction, only silence. This story isn't just about a crime. It's about how fragile relationships can be when people don't speak up in time, about how unspoken emotions can build up, how a random encounter can become the moment when an old wound turns into a point of no return, and, ultimately, how life can end somewhere and sometime no one ever expects. For some, this sentence marks the end of the case. For others, it's just the beginning of living with emptiness. And sometimes, that emptiness lasts longer than prison walls ever could.